Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is YamatoCannon coming at you with the announcement for what I'm going to do in the 2020 season. And the fact is, I'm going to be teamless for the time being. For the time being, I'm not the head coach of Vitality any longer, and they decided to go in a different direction. I'm very, very happy with what we accomplished over in Vitality. We managed to take a team, that barely got to playoffs. We went all the way to the World Championship, and we made massive strides there.
They're pushing Nexus turret number 2.
Let's
they
go,
can't
boys!
get back
Keep
in time.
pushing!
Gen G is rushing to Nexus, but Vitality will take them down. Europe 2-0 against Korea.
And then the expectation coming into this year was that we were supposed to exceed it, or at least be competitively close to it. We struggled to do that, and Vitality want to start fresh. And that's cool. No hard feelings at all. They're making this transition easier for me. They're helping me out as much as they can. And, I am very, very happy with the memories we created. I'm happy with the growth we did. I'm happy with what we accomplished. I would like to extend my gratitude to Jack Troll and Jizuke, Attila, Cabochard, Mowgli, Gilius, and Kikis. My players. I'm excited for what your future brings. I'm excited to pay attention to it, and I see these guys as my brothers. There is also, of course, the staff. Dennis made my life much easier in Europe and in Germany. Clement as well. We went to Korea, and Clement's dog and Dennis's dog was always in the gaming house. Was a good way of relieving stress when things were a bit rough. You can pet a dog. So scientifically proven. And then, of course, Dan, the one analyst I work with for the longest amount of time. And he's one of the few guys that I trust in the industry. And I'm sure for all of these guys, the future is going to be bright. And then last but not least, Nico and Neo, the ownership of Vitality. They've really created something amazing with Vitality, and the potential is definitely there for Vitality to be a top-tier org amongst the G2s and the Fanatics. And I think what they've created for the next season in terms of the roster is definitely super exciting, and I have no hard feelings towards them. The contract that I was in with Vitality put me in a strange position because they were allowed to exercise this right, the stipulation that was in the contract that they could choose to work with someone else very late in November, and they chose to exercise this right. Completely fair. It only makes sense to keep as many doors open as possible from a business perspective. If I was in their position, I would do exactly the same. They decided to do something else, and the only issue that comes with it is when you are a free agent so late into November, it is, in fact, a lot of teams already have their coaching staffs. They already have their plans in motion, because usually November is reserved for getting players. Earlier is the time for acquiring coaches, and this is what makes my position a bit trickier, just a bit. And a lot of the teams that I really wanted to work with already had their coaching staffs, and I'll just have to wait for a different time. I spoke with a lot of teams across the world because I was intrigued of how the market looks like, but there was nothing that stood out to me that would feel like, oh, this is the right home for me. I was negotiating with some, but it felt like it was in bad faith, and they were using time to kind of pressure the situation and pressuring into a deal. But I'm in a privileged position that I don't need to rush into anything. I can wait. I can take the time. More opportunities will arrive in the future. Right now, I'm just reflecting on the past, improving on myself, adding skills to my repertoire, taking it easy, and looking at ways of how I can be busy without being on a team. And I have millions of ideas. The first thing that comes to mind is, of course, dominating the content game. Because honestly, the League of Legends content game right now is a joke. There's some big fish out there that I have respect for, but then the rest is like there is a lot of land for the taking. There's a lot of land for the taking, and I think the community deserves better than this. The community definitely deserves better than this, and I think we can make that happen in the off time that I will have now. On top of that, my passion is still coaching. My passion is still building relationships. My passion is still building a culture. My passion is still working within an environment that you can, you work to improve the environment. You make sure that everyone feels like they're at home, make everyone feel like they're a part of something more bigger and more important than themselves. So this is something that I want to continue to do. I'll be ready to pounce when that opportunity arrives, when the right team appears, whether it's in the 2020 season or 2021 season. I'll be waiting. I'll be swimming like a shark in the waters. So watch out for any developments. I will look to consult teams in every region, whether it's in Europe or North America, or any region really, to work on a short-term basis, to look to find ways to find improvements, improving on the engine that is within a team, how the practice regimen is, if they are making nutritional mistakes, if they're making any mistakes outside of the game, or if there is any inefficiencies that you can skim off, right? So this is something I want to look into and also want to do, because I think my 10 years of experience in League of Legends is something that can be used to improve teams on a short-term basis as well. So I will look to consult. I will look to find the next big team. I will look to reflect and to improve on myself. I will look to dominate the content game. And I have a lot of projects in store, and these are the announcements that I really, really wanted to talk about, but I can't just yet. I still wanted to make it clear, for now, I'm not going to sign with any team. The time might come in the future. I'm not in the process of signing with a team right now, but there are still some projects in the works that I'm super hyped for, and I want to invite you all to join the YamatoCannon subreddit. Any developments will happen there. If you guys are interested, you can also ask questions on the AMA threads or the weekly discussions. Right now, there is no rules. You can do whatever the fuck you want, and the rules will come with time, but I would be happy to have you. So please join. That's me signing off. I will celebrate my birthday now and the New Year's, and I'll catch you guys in the next year. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.